Oh, okay. Chaewon sounds so different there. I'm an otaku bestie? Hold on, wait. Oh my god, sorry. I don't... Ding ding! Welcome back to delulu hour. I'm sorry. Yes, welcome back to delulu hour. This is the podcast where I'll be yapping about however long about, life, pop culture, anime, and of course, K-pop. All with a hint of spice and a crap ton of delusion. My name is Kevin and I'm the main host of the show. How are you guys doing? I feel like it's been a while since I've actually got on cam and recorded. Usually I would have had an episode out by now, but I've been kind of going through some stuff emotionally, mentally, physically. No, not physically, just mentally. But how y'all doing? I'm doing all good. Thanks for asking. In the past week, I've actually kind of just chilled, laid back, just relax. I did get to go to Fan Expo. I think the last week, and that was super fun. So I have like a little mini vlog coming out for that soon. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully you guys check it out. But I know you guys are here for one thing. Given the title, we are going to be reacting to LESSERAFIM's Crazy today. Last episode, I made a podcast on it, and it was a lot more viewers than I normally get. So thank you for that. And I said in that podcast episode that this comeback is like make or break for them. Not exactly to say make or break, but I think like a lot of people have their eyes on this, especially since like they came off from a huge scandal, not just on the Coachella side, but also like their company, their label is like put a lot of pressure on them for this comeback, and they also did some bad things during the scandal time. So there's a lot riding on this comeback. So I'm nervous as a fan. I'm sure a lot of people were also nervous, but I'm also sure like the haters specifically were eyeing this comeback to make sure it fails. But we'll see, right? Like it depends on the music, depends on how good it is. Also, side note, I guess like this is gonna be like the first time I'm actually like reacting to something. So this is gonna be like a bit kind of a different episode. I don't only like this is not the only thing I have planned for this episode. I plan to talk about some other stuff aside from this, still K-pop related, but yeah, like I hope you guys enjoy. I'm personally like really looking forward to the comeback because I like saw the teaser photos for this comeback and I was like, oh, that looks amazing. Like those lightning pictures concept thing. I don't know how to say it. Like I don't have the exact name for the concept here, but it was sick. It was all over my Twitter for that short bit. But are you guys ready? Because I sure am. So let's check it out. Usually for reactions, I'll just listen to a song like full way through, and then if I need to, I'll go back and like point out some key things that I like to see. But if it really gets intense for me, I'll be like, pause, wait. I'll be like, check out that thing. I don't know what that thing is because I'm sure there's like a lot of references. They like to like have references in their songs. So let's get on to the reaction. Oh, okay, the beat. Oh, she's like a. Wait, hold on. I need the captions on this. Excuse me. All the girls are girling. Oh, girl. Oh.
Act like an angel, dress like crazy.
Oh my god. Period. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. Chaewon sounds so different there. I'm an otaku bestie? Hold on, wait. Oh my god, sorry. I don't me saying I would just like listen to all the way through, but hold on. She said otaku bestie. And look at the thing on Chaewon's head. Okay, period. Like Pikachu. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's kind of freaky. Oh, that's freaky. Oh my, it's so.
Act like an angel and dress like crazy.
Oh.
Act like an angel and dress like crazy.
Oh, I'm definitely learning the dance for this. Oh my god. Oh, I can't get over those lamp heads. Oh. Oh my god. Okay, Anche. Oh, okay. Okay, sell the merchandise, period. Oh. Oh my. I'm actually so speechless right now. Wow. Oh. Can I just say I love the colors so much. Oh, the tutting, the whacking, or whatever you call it. Oh my god, it's so gorgeous. Oh, girly girls. Oh my god. Oh, period. Meaningless. LESSERAFIM. Okay, wow, that was pretty good. Okay, like I have like, how can you say, like that dance part. Oh, I just love the part because I did watch like the music teaser for it. That da 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 da, and like that hook is so addictive. I love it so much. Initial thoughts of the song. I think the song was pretty good actually. It's a bit like different from, I guess, the previous tracks that they've done. I say this is like the most similar to maybe Anti-Fragile. Maybe like Fearless as well a bit, just because of how like minimal it is, but like there's so much going on music video wise, right? But the song itself, it's actually quite simple and like very, I could see this like being played in a club a lot, or like just like at a dance party, dance rave, whatever. But also just thinking like, I feel like the song went by like so quickly for me that like I didn't even like get to take in like each member's parts properly. The only thing like stood out for me was like the otaku bestie part. I love that part. The opening was really good. Anche like doing the like kick on the floor, that was pretty good too. And also like when they were gone to the bridge to like, or like the last chorus, like they were doing the tutting, and that was also really cool. So yeah, like that was the song. I'm gonna like go through some comments right now, see what other people think, because I wanted to wait a few days like after like it came out so that I could see like what people like what really have to say that, because what I mean, right? Like usually it takes a few days before like actual comments get upvoted more, and then you could see like how people are receiving it, right? So first comment, 33,000 likes. Okay, can we talk about how awesome it is to have the juicy culture couture crew in the MV and also have them credited? This is like House Vogue Ballroom. This is Black culture. I'm so proud. My femies slay, right? Yeah, I noticed that too, where they had a lot of dancers. I'm not like a dancer or anything. I'm not an expert. So just looking at it, I was like, oh, they probably got some people to do that. So that was really cool. Someone else says, I'm addicted to Kazuha's parts. Like her voice suits this concept really well. Kazuha, honestly speaking, like I didn't notice like Kazuha's parts too much. Honestly, for me, I would say like I noticed Chaewon and Yeonjun the most. I feel like they got the most lines this comeback, and like especially Chaewon, like her voice. Chaewon is like really cool in a sense, right? She can change her voice so much. Like in Eyes One, we saw her like with this high pitch tone voice, and then now in like LE SSERAFIM, she is using her more like natural chest voice, I would say. But this is like she like really brought up like the nasally in her voice, and like that was really cool. Same with Yeonjin, I guess, but her voice still sounds like more like herself, I guess you could say. Someone else said, okay. Someone else said, I'm an otaku bestie. This I know. Y'all understand. I'm liking this comment. Good job. Yes. Like this line was so funny. Oh my god. It's so perfect, and like it kind of like makes the song like more funny and more relatable, I guess, because we know how much Sakura likes like her anime. um Another person says, I just want to say a lot of people were comparing their concept photos, teasers, and snippets, just their concept as a whole to RV, Red Velvet. But this song was so LESSERAFIM style. Like they did the weird concept and ate it up in their own way. They did amazing. That's interesting. When I saw the concept photos, I was thinking more like, okay, some of the photos, I think there was like the second concept that was kind of like Red Velvet's, and I saw the similarities, right? But like the lightning photos itself, I think that reminded me of like aespa a bit, but still like with the LESSERAFIM style. And definitely like after listening to the song, I could say that I could see LESSERAFIM in this, just of like they have this like kind of like a Western style to them, but like still doing it in like a K-pop way, of course, right? Even me just saying that, like the song itself almost doesn't feel like a K-pop song, but like just something like you hear like a remix of. But I think this is really cool. It introduces something new to the K-pop culture, so maybe we'll see more stuff like this in the future by other groups, but we don't know for now, right? I'll look at one more comment. Last one. This line when they say all the girls are girling will forever be iconic. Period. So what are my thoughts of the song? I think after the scandal, after listening to the song now, I can definitely see that they're just like living life how they want to. They're just having fun, making fun music, and that's honestly great on them. Like I think that's probably the best way to approach it at their point in their career. They're still like on the rookie end, I would say. Like this is like their second year into being K-pop idol, maybe even less. But I think it's good. They have so many eyes on them. They shouldn't like stir up the pot even more. Like this is good. Albeit a bit safe for them, because I think they could have come out with something, more innovative, more something like more in your face to like get people to like talk about them even more. Because I think this song is gonna fly under the radar for the most part, just because like while I did like it, I think a lot of people are gonna say like this wasn't like enough to save their career. How does this compare to their other music that they make? Because it's just singing over the same thing over and over again, like da 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 da, like all the girls are girly, right? Like they didn't get actually like vocal parts of the song where they could properly show like their vocalization. Like it was like a lot of talk singing, a lot of like rapping, and that's not me like hating on the song or anything, right? Like I said I like it, and that's not me hating on the girls either, right? But I think because of those factors, like that's why I feel like it was a safe song for them to put out, and because of that, it's not gonna like do too well, like charting wise, and like even in Korea, right? Because like for HYBE, like they don't need to care about Korean promotion. If I'm being honest, they just have to worry about like Western, like the more global scale, right? Like how's the international audience gonna take it? Is this gonna stream? And obviously it's gonna stream, right? Because this is such a fun song, but it's not gonna be like a song that like everyone's gonna remember like a decade from now. Maybe I'm wrong, right? But that's just how I feel just listening to the song at the moment. But either way, like I think it's a good song. I liked it. I'm gonna check out the other songs on the album. I'll let you know what you think on my next episode, because I don't want this to be too long, right? So I don't want to do like a full reaction or anything. And like I said, I did have something else planned for this episode, so I want to talk about that, right? So yes, final verdict. I'm gonna give this song like a solid like 7 out of 10, maybe like even like a 6.5 out of 10. And that's not bad by any means. Like, I've listened to some K-pop songs where I'm just like, oh, this is not good at all. But I'm giving it a 7 because, like I said, it's not like memorable. There was some good parts, like the otaku bestie, that was funny. Chaewon's rap was also like really addicting. But I think that, like, I'm also like, this is just like not my type of song that I would normally listen to on a day to day. This is something I would listen to like when I'm out with friends, like I'm driving in the car or something, and then like I want to put this on to like bring up the energy. Like that's when I would want to listen to the song. But on a normal day to day, like I like my ballad songs, I like my soft pop sounds. So that's why it's gonna be a 7 out of 10. Like, so not bad or anything. If you like it, then you like it. If you give it a 10 out of 10, I'm not saying music is subjective, right? So and let me reiterate by saying like I think who shined the best in my bias for this comeback, I think it's Yeonjun and Chaewon. If I had to pick one, probably Chaewon. I think her voice, how she used her voice this time around, like was really nice. I need to listen to it again later. And also I just have to listen to it more and more, right? Because I'm such a sucker for like these small details in the music. So like I need to like listen to it at least like 10 times before like I'm like, oh yeah, that was good. So yeah, that's my 7 is right now. Maybe if after a few more listens, I'll give it an 8 or like a higher score. So yeah, I'm glad you guys like this. Oh, sorry. So yeah, like let me know what you guys thought of the song in the comments below. But without further ado, I'm gonna get into another thing that happened in the K-pop community this week, which was back like last week, or maybe like last week, Apple TV came out with a documentary about K-pop idols. Literally, the documentary is literally called K-pop Idols, and it's a 6-episode long documentary on Apple TV, and they feature the artist Gravity from Starship Entertainment, Jessie from More Vision with J Park, and Black Swan under DR Music. I think that's the company name. And I already knew about Jessie, right? We all know Jessie. If you don't, like, she's cool. You should check her out. I didn't know Gravity that much. And I'll get into it. But Black Swan, I actually follow quite a bit. I was actually like going like a whole rabbit hole about them like before I started filming this podcast, just to like have some more information to talk about them. And so with that being said, like I think it's actually really insightful documentary to check out if you want to know more about K-pop idols. I think this is like the one documentary where it's not like glorifying K-pop, because you know Jessie, Gravity, and Black Swan, like they're not like super big artists. You know, I would say Jessie is like the biggest one of those three, but even then, like she doesn't have like a huge fan base like the bigger K-pop groups out there like BTS, Blackpink. So you're gonna see like a lot more like, I guess, mistreatment, and also like see how idols really are like off camera. In the episode, like, you know, one big major thing was we saw Jessie like stranded on the streets because her management like or whatever, like the managing team failed to get her a place to like book to sleep for the night, right? And like she was super stressed about that, and like that was scary to watch, right? We also saw Gravity being, I would say, like, I don't know. I don't know how big their fan base is, right? So don't quote me on this, right? But I was like, they're probably like the least known of those three artists. So I was like, oh, who are they, right? And in the documentary, there was like, they were saying, oh, like we actually debuted during COVID, and so I was like, oh, that's why I don't know about you at all, because during COVID, like a lot of groups like were like failing. Like a lot of companies were struggling to meet financial standards because they weren't able to meet fans. They weren't able to promote their music properly, so sales were lower, and it was just like a bad time. So I understand why now. But after watching like the documentary, for Gravity specifically, right? Like it was sad to see like they had such hardworking members, and they came from the group after Monster X, so it was hard for them. Like, like literally every single circumstance was like going against them. COVID, the post boy group after Monster X, so they had a lot of pressure on them to do well, and they also were under Starship, which is Starship is like not like a bad like they have talented artists under the company, right? They literally have IVE right now. They had Sistar. They had like so many good artists in the past, but like to be that group who's like performing under the radar right now, it's like really a lot of pressure on them, right? So yeah, they have to like practice a lot to like get seen by the public, right? So it's hard for them. Another thing, this is like the main thing. I feel like the documentary focused a lot on Black Swan specifically, just because like they were going through like a lot of shit at the time, right? If you guys don't know about Black Swan, they are part of DR Music Entertainment, like I said earlier, and they are actually one of the first, I think, K-pop groups to have a African American, sorry, African member in the group. She's from Belgium, and her name is Patu. And I watched like their stages. I watched their Close to Me era. That's when I got to know Black Swan, and like they were really good. Like I was really rooting for them because they had a member, like I said, Fatu, which is from Belgium, and they had two Korean members, Youngin and Judy, and then they had Leia from Brazil, and it was like going really well. Like I thought they were gonna succeed. I thought the four members like were really well together. They seemed to have good chemistry, or so I thought. But then later down the line, I think it was actually during COVID where they weren't able to, how do you say, like, let me rephrase, right? Shortly after the Close to Me comeback, they had like a big fight amongst like the members themselves. You can watch the documentary for that, right? It was between Fatu and Leia. I'm just gonna briefly summarize, but obviously go watch the documentary if you haven't already to get a better insight about it, because you can see from their end like how crazy it was compared to like me explaining to right now. But pretty much like Fatu was the group was performing in Belgium, Fatu's hometown, and so they got to perform there, and then afterwards they ate at their Fatu's mother's place apparently, and it was like a nice hospitality, like she was making them good food, she was making them feel welcome. And then Leia was like, I think she got like an anxiety attack or something, and so she was asking the members and like the management to be like, hey, like can I step out, like I don't want to be here right now, like something's wrong with me. But I guess they were like, no, like you have to stay here, right? You're at your members' family's home, like you should be respectful, you should like try to get to know everyone, like be like a family, right? But she was like, I guess they didn't understand her or something. That's what I learned from the documentary, right? And she went to the bathroom, she cried, and then she said some awful things about Fatu on her Instagram or like her SNS, right? And those messages got leaked out, and then Fatu saw them, and then they were like beefing out for like a good while. Eventually, like it got to the point where the original members, Youngin and Judy, left the group because things were getting bad, and Leia, she couldn't continue on. Like even though she apologized and everything, and like the group was, it was seemingly things were going to go well again. Like Leia had a mental issue again, and then she had to leave the group. And eventually, it was only Patu left with two new trainees, Shreya and Gabby. And later along the line, Envy joined the group. And then now that's the Black Swan we have now, with three new members, with Fatu being the only original member from the lineup. So it was like crazy. I think if you're gonna watch the documentary, watch it for that specifically, because they made the documentary so much more interesting. It was like drama and like back-to-back suffering. It was amazing. Not saying it's amazing for them, but like looking as a fan, it's very entertaining to see like the shit that goes behind the scenes. It's it's crazy. Oh my god. It's not like picture perfect as some of you guys might imagine it to be. It's actually so brutal, and it's hard to watch if like you're like a family or friend of them, because you're personally connected to them, right? But as a fan, even it's hard for me to watch, but it's still entertaining. Like, and like maybe I seemed too like sadistic earlier, but like okay, I appreciate these idols so hard for working so hard, and like check out Black Swan, check out Gravity, check out Jesse. Like Black Swan had a comeback recently, so y'all should check them out. I have the song on my playlist. It's called Roll Up. It's pretty good. I like it. The members themselves are actually working are like working really hard, so that's cool as well. Um, and I think that also comes into like discussion where I actually this is funny. Like I talked about LESSERAFIM's documentary on my last podcast, and now I'm checking out this one. And there's such like a huge contrast of like how a documentary should be done. And I think this one, the one on Apple TV, K-pop idols, like this one was actually really insightful. It was really good. It shows everything that has to go into a performance without like the super, I guess, dramatization of like what Hype did with the LE SSERAFIM documentary. I mentioned in that episode where like I didn't like how they edited the documentary for that one, just because it was coming off a scandal, and then it made things look a lot worse than they actually were. Whereas this one, it was like everything filmed was edited appropriately to show like the hardships that the artists had to go through. And there was like some moments where it's like you feel for them, right? One of the members from Gravity, I think his name is Alan. He like actually like I had like growing like attachment to him because apparently I didn't know, right? Like he was actually Chinese as well, like me, and his hometown is in LA, and there was a scene where he got to reunite with his mother, and like that was really heartwarming and so sad. It just reminds me like these foreign idols have to give up so much to be able to perform, to pursue their dream, and like being able to go home for a bit and just like seeing their family, it's like it means the world to them, right? So it's such a nice documentary to see, so I really like encourage you guys to watch it if you guys have the time. So yeah, but with that being said, that's actually going to wrap up the end of this episode. But before we do that, I have a burning question that I want to ask you guys, which is, what do you guys think about like foreign K-pop idols? I mentioned Black Swan in particular, right? Like they had like a whole dilemma within like the documentary, and like still to this day, like where they actually don't have a Korean member anymore, right? So they have Fatu, who's Belgium. They have Shreya, who's Indian. Gabby, who's from Brazil, and Envy, who's from the States. So it's like, whoa, they're like not Korean. They're not like part Korean or anything. They're like, they have no Korean in their blood, right? And they decide like, hey, like I'm gonna give up everything. I'm gonna go to Korea and promote. Like, what do you guys think about that? Like, do you think it's K-pop still, or do you think it's like just a K-pop cover, or like, do you agree with that? Like, do you like that image of having no Korean idols in a group? Like, what do you think? For me, I think it's actually really cool. Like I said, I do like Black Swan. Like the group has a really cool concept, and they have the dream to be a global girl group, and I think they're gonna be on the way there soon one day. Like they just have to keep working hard and keep making new and like innovative music, I think. But in a sense of like, are they K-pop? Like I think they are K-pop, right? If they're going to Korea, they're training in Korea, they're using Korean training methods to become artists, and then they're now together as a group, and they're making K-pop music, Korean music. They have Korean in their lyrics, they have English in their lyrics as well, because that's K-pop now. And they're promoting in Korea, right? So I think even though there's no Korean members, they are still K-pop because, they know Korean. The songs are in Korean as well, like I said. So I think there's like no, I have no objections, right? I've seen some comments, honestly, like more coming from like English speaking commenters and hater, like they're hating on them. They're saying some racist stuff about but like on the Korean side, from what I've seen, it's actually like more supportive. So some racism going on here, girlies. We don't stand for that. We stand. You should. If you guys haven't checked Black Swan out already, like you probably should. There's maybe something you'll like, but I think they're still stuck in like the girl crush sound right now, and I really hope that they stray away from that because they have members who have such a wide, diverse vocal tone, especially Envy. Like she sings in musical actually, so I think her voice can do so well for like so many different songs. So I like to see that from her. But also, there's a lot of other groups who are four members, right? Like my bias group, G Idol. Like there's 4 members out of 5, 6 actually, members, and even though they are foreigners, like a lot of people like them, right? But usually they get a pass, right? Or people get to give them a pass, right? Because they're not like dark skinned, they're still like light skinned, they're still like Asian. So it's like such a weird space. But honestly, I think foreigners add so much like spice to K-pop because eventually like they're gonna run out of Korean trainees eventually. Like, oh, sorry, I should reword that. Like, not run out of Korean trainees, but like seeing the same face over and over again is like it gets tiring and like people want something new, right? But if you want all Korean members, that's all on you, right? But they want something new because foreign members usually attract wider audience as well. So that's what they want right now. So that's what they're gonna get, I guess. But that's all I have to say on the matter. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And with that being said, this wraps up this episode of Delulu Hour. So thank you guys for being here with me. Check out the things like I told you guys to in the video. Also, let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the LESSERAFIM comeback. What do you guys think of the documentary of K-pop idols? And yeah, without further ado, so goodbye. Take care, everyone. See you guys in 2 weeks.